The insistence by the United States government that TNT will not be allowed to pay Venezuela in cash for gas expected from the Dragon field appears to be the first hurdle in making the gas deal happen. On Thursday night, Venezuela's President Nicolas Maduro dismissed the notion that Washington could tell sovereign nations how to transact business as colonialism, and he called for the region to reject this. Maduro's statements come on the heels of the announced Dragon gas deal that will see TNT importing gas from across the border in Venezuela to fuel plants at Point Lisas and Point Fortin's Atlantic LNG plants. On Friday afternoon, during the Prime Minister's questions time in the lower house, opposition member of Parliament David Lee sought answers on where this country stands in the agreement with Venezuela in light of the U.S. prerequisites.
Will the Prime Minister state if the Venezuelan government has officially agreed to the terms and conditions stipulated by the United States?
Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, this matter is one that requires state-to-state communication. The first hurdle has been crossed. The government of Venezuela has made no public statement which specific to Trinidad and Tobago's use of the OFAC license. Trinidad and Tobago is in touch with Venezuela. We have meeting schedules and negotiations ahead of us, and therefore I can say nothing further at this time.
Naparima MP Rodney Charles pressed further, pointing to Maduro's statements which highlighted that the stipulations made by the U.S. preventing cash transactions was unacceptable. However, Dr. Rowley maintained his position that the Dragon deal is between Venezuela and TNT.
I am not talking about the statement by the President of Maduro talking about the American behavior and colonialism. I was very clear in how I chose my words, and I do not wish the member of Naparima to speak for me or to say what I said, what I didn't say. I was very clear with respect to Venezuela, treating with Trinidad and Tobago on this issue. The Venezuelan government has made no statement, and that's very important.
Dr. Rowley lashed out at the UNC, suggesting that they were interested in the deal falling apart.
This eagerness for this to fail resides in the bosom of our members on the other side, and I'd ask you to wait.
As a question by Lee on how long the process would take before the country gets its first gas through the Dragon deal, Dr. Rowley said a lot still has to be done and the government still has to wait on the operator, which is Shell, for certain details amid serious negotiations which are set to take place.
So the member asking about first gas is really mischievous. We're not anywhere near talking about first gas, Madam Speaker, and the member knows that.
Alicia Boucher, TV6 News.